Hi, I'm David Jennings. Welcome to our Coming to Kanopy episode for June. There's a lot to cover, so let's get to it. First up is 1967's The Producers from one of cinema's masters of comedy, Mel Brooks, starring Gene Wilder and Zero Mostel. When former King of Broadway Max Bialystock learns that it's possible to make more money from producing flops than hits, he partners with his accountant Leo Bloom to produce the biggest flop of all time. They select the worst script imaginable, they hire a bad cast and the world's worst director, but fail to anticipate the audience reaction to a sensational satire. The Producers is part of our Classics on Kanopy collection in June, so be sure to check out the other timeless titles we're featuring all month long. Next up, we have Indigo Girls, It's Only Life After All, arriving just in time for our celebration of Pride Month. This documentary, which screened at 2023's Sundance Film Festival, covers the careers and activism of Amy Ray and Emily Saliers. With 40 years of making music as the iconic folk rock band Indigo Girls, Amy and Emily have made their mark as musicians, songwriters, and dedicated activists. Still, Amy and Emily battled misogyny, homophobia, and harsh cultural climate, chastising them for not fitting in to the female pop star mold. With joy, humor, and heartwarming earnestness, this documentary brings us into a contemporary conversation with Amy and Emily alongside decades of the band's home movies and intimate present-day verite. Moving along, we have 2023's Drift, directed by the award-winning Anthony Chen, presented in recognition of World Refugee Day on June 20th. In Drift, Jacqueline, played by Cynthia Erivo, is a young refugee who lands alone and penniless on a Greek island, where she first tries to survive and then cope with her past. While gathering her strength, she begins a friendship with a rootless tour guide, played by Aaliyah Shawkat, and together they find the resilience to forge ahead. And rounding out this month is 1973's British cult classic, The Wicker Man, directed by Robin Hardy and starring Edward Woodward, Christopher Lee, and Britt Ekland. They do things differently on the Summer Isle, a small, remote, privately owned 20th century island off of the western coast of Scotland. The inhabitants celebrate strange, mysterious customs and rituals of distant pagan places. When Sergeant Howie of the Western Highland Police comes to Summer Isle investigating the alleged disappearance of 12-year-old Rowan Morrison, what starts as a routine enquiry becomes a terrifying nightmare for this devout churchgoer. You can see these and other films that matter on Kanopy in June. Just go to Kanopy.com to get started today. All you need is a card from a participating library. I'm David Jennings, and I'll see you next month for more of what's coming to Kanopy.